What up, everybody? It's y'all boy Solo Foe, and this is another episode of So What's the Issue? And what I want to talk to y'all about today is celebrity boxing. Uh, One thing I want to say is before I start this, I am very, very far from being racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body. I accept all cultures. I really don't care. But what this is more of a, I don't want to call it empowerment, but what I do want to call it is like asking the question, why not us? Like, so y'all know about these celebrity boxing matches that's been going on for a little while now. They got Blueface, they got Ruga, they got all of these people, Crip Mac. They got these people that come, Charleston White, they come and do these celebrity boxing matches and stuff like that. And for me personally, I feel a type of way about this event because it's not ran by our people. For whatever reason, we cannot monopolize, or not monopolize, I don't mean specifically the word monopolize, but we can't dominate an ownership of something that, thrives off of our backs, like the music industry, like like sports and stuff like that. I don't want to call celebrity boxing a true sport, even though it is a sport. I'm not saying it, but it's not. They don't prepare the same way that real athletes prepare. And I don't want to take anything away from the actual people that go out there and put their bodies on the line. I appreciate and respect what they do, but it's just not the same as the other thing. But what drives me crazy is we can never be the ones that own these things. Like Adin Ross is the person that's getting the major bag off of this event. And I'm not saying that because I know it's a promo deal. Like he's also signed under somebody else, but he's receiving the bag to, facilitate these type of events. But why is it that we don't have Floyd running this event? Why isn't it that we don't have one of our millionaire black people that are dominating this thing that runs off of black people's backs? And I don't want to make it a solely race thing, but look at all of these big record labels. Usually they got white folks at the top of them, or other versions, whatever. Just every single thing. There's no black majority owner inside the NFL. There's none. And that type of thing right there, it drives me crazy that I see another sport, and this ain't an attack on any of these places because I love the NFL, I love the NBA, I love all of these places, but at the same time, when is it that we're going to start having our people start to step up and actually be the spearhead that receives the major bag for these events? But one of the things that I have a personal concern for is, can black people respect each other enough to actually run one of these events properly? Like, Whack 100 has been one of the big people. I don't know all the people, but one of the big people for keeping, gangs, at a minimum, like the real rivalry. And I know that there's other factors like police officers and securities, and they probably do no guns. I'm pretty sure that they do a lot of that. But at the same time, it's not against Adin Ross. It's more for our black community. Why is it that I never see why is it that I never see these events that start to take off start to have black majority owners? Just a couple years ago, I believe Yo Gotti, let me look it up real quick. Yo Gotti paid his way into a sports team, soccer, I believe it was. And let me see how much money he did. Uh, so right here it says rapper Yo Gotti became a minority owner of a MLS team, DC United, in September 2021. He invested after parts of a group buying a stake in the club, which was valued at approximately 730 to 750,000. Gotti's specific investment represented roughly 1 to 3% of that portion. But still, once again, he's not the majority owner, which I'm happy that we're getting the foot in the door. But I want to see our people start to expand, which soccer really isn't an American black sport. Let me say it like that. Um, but I want to see our people start to put their foot in more doors and be able to become majority owners. But so many things are dominated by other races that it's hard for a black person to get in. First things first, a black person has to come up with an invention. They have to come up with something that'll skyrocket them money. Let's just use Uber or DoorDash or Chime or something that's gonna make them, infinite millions amounts of dollars, like oil with Jerry Jones or Robert Kraft. Like they have infinite amounts of money. Bill Gates has infinite amounts of money. We need to start establishing our self. Um, Time Warner, not Time Warner, Warner Brothers just got sold to Netflix, I believe it was. Netflix, no, was it Netflix? It may have been Netflix. No, it was Paramount. Paramount just got fucking Warner Brothers. And what I want to start seeing is some of our millionaire rappers not sell their stakes. I want to see them invest in these things so we can start to become majority owners, because we we do not have access to infinite amounts of dollars. All the big popular stuff is ran by somebody of other races. How do we start to get our foot in the door of all of these other ways of life? So whenever we look, because you seen Bow Wow throw it out a couple years ago, why don't black people own their own record label that's ran by their rappers and stuff like that? First thing first, it's a lot more to it than just rappers owning it. They have to have the connects. They have to be able to still get in the door. There's a lot more ins and outs that hurts, that if our stuff isn't represented the right way, or it doesn't fold under a certain demographic, or not demographic, but fold under a certain way, then it won't work, because other people have that already dominate areas won't let us get further in. Yeah, that too. It won't let us get further into the door. But then also the self-sabotage. We seen what happened with JD, Jay-Z, and who was the third person that ran Rockefeller? There was somebody else. But we seen what happened with that. JD, he disses Jay-Z every chance that well, not every chance that he get. I don't want to say that the wrong way, but they going at each other. They dislike each other for whatever the reasons is that they actually fell apart. And now I don't even know if Jay-Z is the owner of Rockefeller still, which if he is, I'm still happy, but he doesn't own the big side of the business. The big side of the business is the ones above, basically. Record labels are one thing, but there's something else above the record label, and I'm not really sure how to explain it. But at what point in time do we start to break past just being like Yo Gotti? I'm proud of Yo Gotti. I'm proud of Gucci Mane. All of these people, they started their own record labels. But all of these other record labels, you heard Rick Ross talk about it recently with his artist Gunplay. Like, there's still a parent label that still signs a check that says, hey, we don't see the investment of Gunplay going far right now, so we're going to cut the budget for Gunplay. Gunplay's looking at it like, oh, Rick Ross done shaded me and he's not putting the budget behind me. Yeah, so there you go, that too. But basically, with Gunplay, he was mad at Rick Ross, and he was like, he's not, putting a budget behind me. We see this with Finesse two times in Jay Prince right now, Jay Prince Jr., where they're talking about, you're not, but it's the parent label that says, hey, we don't want to put money on that person anymore. And that's just what it is. Once that stops, yeah, a person can reach in their own coin purse, but then that's that. Nobody wants to risk their own dollar when they have a parent company, so they're not going to take the extra risk to make sure that you're okay as a rapper. They're going to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to drop him or anything like that. I'm going to let him grind out his own bag, whether he's selling dope or he's doing a 9 to 5 to produce for his studio time and stuff like that. But as far as me giving him a bag, I don't blame any specific person for not giving another man a specific bag. But at the same time, if we want to start seeing success, real success, we have to start taking those risks and actually investing in one another, and not just from a base level. We have to find a way to crack the top of that surface and go above and beyond to make it to the next level. Like with this celebrity boxing thing, it's becoming more and more popular right now. And what I want to see is, I would love for somebody like Floyd or somebody to step in Adin Ross's place, say, hey, bro, here goes 20 million, here goes 40 million, whatever the price is, whatever the bag is, and say, hey, look, you did a great job picking this up off the ground like everybody else does with everything, but let me have this from now on, and let me turn this into something for our people. And then our people, once we get it, don't sabotage it. Don't let it become a game culture. Don't let it become a popularity contest. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. Don't be biased. Don't be this. Don't be that. Let's actually take something and run with it. Because at this point in time, there's no reason, my bad, y'all. At this point in time right now, there's no reason that we can't come together as a people and say, hey, you know what? That celebrity boxing match thing is cool. But you know what? How about we not sign to Adin Ross? How about we find another party whose, blackface is actually good to be representative? Because that's really the real issue. A lot of the issue is that our face card isn't good to go on, like rent out an arena. Like, and we're not talking about just like, we don't just like, not just like a show, or like, how Louisville, we have what's that, the Yum Center. Not just a center, I'm talking about an actual football stadium. Like, those is the big things that people want to be a part of. Like, we need our face cards to start being good in that. Now, I'm not saying Floyd specifically. Maybe Floyd is the face and then another black man is the representative behind the scene. But that's what we need to start having in our community. And we need to start using our face cards, so we don't need other races to come out and represent us and say, hey, look, I'm going to make sure everything is good and that these niggas don't get out of line. Niggas, my word, not their word. So we need that in our community. And until we have that, we're always going to be the underdog. Until we have that. I don't know how much more I can say on this topic, because I think y'all get it. But I want to see more success, and I want to see more growth from our own community, instead of being used and abused. And then, we got finessed 2 times, or we got all of these people crying about how all of these other people are treating us. You got sports players saying that, oh, well, the only reason y'all doing this to me is because I'm this. And it's like, okay, so we can stop having that be our story. Somehow let's get our way and break our way into that main industry. And we need to find a way to do that, because we can't keep not being majority owners of stuff. We need to find a way to become a majority owner at some point. And I don't care what it is. If we all got to come together as a community and put $500 billion together to buy an NFL team, and whatever the fuck we do after that, that's just what we got to do. We got to find a way to make our community more successful. We just got to, because that's the reason why we see all of this bad shit happen over and over and over again. We don't have black leaders that have infinite bank accounts that can help us out. And then the ones that do get famous and rich and stuff like that, a lot of them don't care to turn around and help us out that way. One thing I'm gonna say to y'all that I've never liked. I've never liked when people say, "Hey, as a rapper, I'm bringing turkeys and whatever for Thanksgiving to help the hood out." That's not helping the hood out. Please, as rappers, put y'all money together. buy a whole neighborhood in the hood and turn it into real houses, updated houses, things that have new appliances, not shit that got built back in 1960 whatever, not shit that got built back in. Go and make money off the community and then don't charge as much rent as these other folks do. Like, there's no reason that we don't have millionaires that came from our own cities that haven't bought up all the properties in our local hood areas, completely rip them bitches apart and turn them into neighborhoods that are actually livable neighborhoods, and then saying, hey, instead of y'all being charged 1,500, instead of y'all being charged 1,600, 1,200 for rent, here, I'm gonna charge y'all 900. I'm gonna charge y'all 800. Enough for me to make a profit, but also pay the taxes on my house. So my land tax is $1,000-something per year. 1,000 divided by 12 is not $800. And $800 a month. I mean, it's not $800 a month. You can still be profitable if we come through and buy up our whole neighborhood and turn them into real places. I hate when people do the whole I'm buying turkeys for the hood. Don't buy turkeys. Buy a house. Make some money off of it. Keep yourself rich and also help your community out by, lessening this rent burden on the people that live in your own neighborhoods. But that's just my thoughts. I appreciate y'all. And special shout out to Rallo. Rallo, the rapper from Atlanta. He's somebody that's actually buying apartment complexes, building apartment complexes. I can't give that guy enough shout outs. So, you got to respect it when you see it. I'm going to call it when I see it. But we gotta find a way to break our way into the main industries of something. But this has been y'all boy Solo Foe, and this has been what's the issue. And like I said, I'm not saying this as a slight towards Adin Ross. I have no problem with Adin Ross. He's a man trying to make money or whatnot. But what I am saying is, somebody needs to buy his shares of whatever and then turn it into something for us, so we can become the majority owners of something. Hopefully y'all respect that and don't take it as a shot. But another time, I'll see y'all in another